Okay, this is like my 20th time trying to make this video, and I'm just getting really annoyed because I'm just trying to get this done without making any stupid errors. Okay, so this is part 2 of the video of part 1 that I did sharing my dreams with the warning about the milk shortage and the fires in Las Vegas. And so I had to do this video because I had to show the spiritual aspect, because the first video at the end I just kind of like, I didn't mention like, oh, maybe we should pray about pray about it, that Vegas doesn't go get set on fire. But I want to just, of course, always be prayerful, pray for people, pray for homes, pray that nobody gets hurt, injured, or in these situations. And so I'm doing this video because it seems like it's imminent that it's going to take place, because I had a dream, I think it was like June 24th, that I was this prophetess that I don't really care for, but she had mentioned to me, she said, July's the month. And I just smiled back at her. I said, yes, I already know that. I'm pretty certain that, I believe it. Thank you. And so anyways, so that's why I say it's imminent. And so God led me to read Genesis, and it was in regards to Joseph's dream interpretations. And so I guess just quickly, just to wrap it up, because this is taking too long for me to even do. So let me, I guess, just read from Genesis really quick. Genesis 41. It says, then it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh had a dream, and behold, he stood by the river. Suddenly there came up out of the river 7 cows, fine looking and fat, and they fed in the meadow. So I thought that was interesting, because Vegas actually means the meadows. And the first dream that I had was related to cows. It was milk. And so from what I read online, it seems like the cows that they have in Nevada is basically something that, supplies the whole state of Nevada. And so the second dream, I'll just skip down to, let's see, 41. 5. It says, he slept and dreamt a second time, and suddenly 7 heads of grains came up on one stalk, plump and good. And so this one's talking about vegetation. And I thought that was also interesting too, because in the second dream I had was the smoke was vegetation. I said I was in Vegas, saw multiple areas smoking in the desert, homes, businesses. I did mention they blamed 2 women who were plants behind the fires. I said vegetation stock was smoking. And so there's 3 key elements. You have the meadows, you have the cows, and you have stock. And not to mention, you had 7 cows in Pharaoh's dream. Now, I had this dream April 17th, and I could only assume that it's possible that this could also happen July 7th. And the only reason why I say July 7th is because you have the spiritual number 777. So with the Malibu fires, I had that dream. Now, I didn't know the city or where it took place in that dream. I just knew it was close and nearby. But I had that dream December 17th, and that was after I had a visitation with Jesus. And so when I had this dream about Las Vegas, and it was specifically Las Vegas, it was April 17th. And let's see, July. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, just to finish up and wrap up the end of what I was trying to say. So basically how I came to July, the month of July, it was the Spirit of the Lord who led me to the month of July. Why I say that, that's when the fires are going to be, attempted or happen in Las Vegas. and then about the day. So the day, God did not give me the date, but because he's a God of numbers, and I'm just correlating the fires with the Malibu fires that happened on on January 7th. And so July has been confirmed because I had that dream saying that July was the month. So July is definitely the month. Now the day, I'm assuming the 7th, because again, you have 777. And everyone who knows God is a God of numbers. And so even in the Bible, it says in Genesis with Genesis 41 with Joseph in the dream, or Pharaoh in the dream, that there was 7 fattened cows, 7 skinny cows, 7 fattened grain, 7 skinny grain. And then you have the 7 great years of supply of food. And then you have the 7 years of famine. So what do you have? 777. So whether or not it happens exactly on that day, the point is that there's a warning out there, and also to be prayerful, and but also at the same time, it sounds like this is like going to be imminent. So even if it was planned or whatever by agents or sleeper cell agents, whatever you want to call it, like it's still a spiritual thing. And again, God has everything under control, and it's one of those things where it's like it's time to wake up. And Donald Trump, our president, is not a deliverer. He is our president, he's a leader, and we should continue to pray for him and pray for America and the people and everything. But we need to understand that there is a God, and his son Jesus Christ was sent here on the cross, who died on the cross for our sins. And so we need to recognize that he's been speaking, he's been calling, he's been speaking to us in dreams. Dreams was a big thing back in the biblical times. It's still a big thing even now, but people are just not listening. People aren't paying attention. So just know that if this does take place, just know that somebody was listening. And so anyway, so I'll just leave it with this. No weapons formed against you shall prosper.